This is a How Is He podcast with Podge and Popa, proudly sponsored by Amplify. Power up your podcast. Let's kick it off.
This episode is proudly sponsored by Carl Estimating. If you're a contractor, subcontractor, supplier, manufacturer, Carl Estimating will price your job tighter than my pants at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Like that one, Pop. We're getting funnier every week, aren't we?
We're getting good at these, Podge.
Yeah. Check them out at carlestimating.ie and all their social channels. Welcome back to the How Is He podcast. As always, you heard him already. Joined by my co-host, Paul Popa right here in Amplify Studios in the heart of Carlow Town. This week we're joined by John Kelly, a primary school principal. He has had a lifelong involvement in the GAA as a player, a coach, administrator, and more recently as an intercounty match official. John also holds an MA in Irish regional history, and he is a contributor to many publications, including Ireland's Own, RT Sunday, Miscellany, and the Carloviana. That's very popular, Carloviana, isn't it?
Yeah,
Every
fantastic
year.
one. Yeah, comes out every year, Podge. Yeah, great publication.
Yeah. John has recently published a book called The GAA Covered, a book that encapsulates the collection of all Ireland and provincial match programmes going back decades. The book is currently number 3 in the bestsellers list in Ireland.
Yeah, slipped out a little bit in recent weeks because of the high profile Conor Murray's and these lads pushing me back.
Massive welcome, John. Welcome on.
Thanks, lads. Thanks for having me on. Great to be here.
Thanks so much for coming on. What a book.
Yeah.
What a fucking book.
Yeah. I was looking at it there, some of the photos in it. My God.
How far have you gone back?
Gone back to 1913, Podge. That
Wow.
seems to be the first All Ireland finals that are available at the moment. That can be found. There hasn't any previous to that turned up. There is one in the book that's not an All Ireland final. That was from 1886, and that's the earliest known one. So that's just it's a challenge match between teams from Wexford and Wicklow back in 1886, believe it or not, and that still survives. But apart from that, then 1913 is the next one, the All Ireland final.
Was that a challenge match because there was no All Ireland programme, like as in there was no All Ireland series?
Yeah, well, actually, believe it or not, the All Irelands did happen from an early enough point of view.
Okay.
But this is kind of, I suppose. It seems it was hosted in the grounds of Charles Stewart Parnell's house in Avondale.
Wow.
And it sounds like it was it's called on the front of the cover, it says a grand intercounty contest. So I'd say it was just maybe a set of challenge matches set up between, I think there was 3 teams from Wicklow, 3 teams from Wexford, and had organised this match. And there's a programme for it, a lovely programme. The cover of it shows you how to get a train to the match and refreshments and all this sort of stuff. Amazing, yeah.
It goes, that's a long time, right? What inspired you to put that together? Like, what are you saying? Jesus, this would be a good idea.
I suppose the thing about it was I collect programmes myself, and it's from a certain point of view, when you go back far enough, it's hard to know what programmes are available or what exists. You don't even know if you're collecting programmes, what am I looking for here? So I decided if I could put together the best collection of All Ireland final programmes and provincial programmes, what would that look like? What is out there? What's available? So I started from there. Now I have to say as well, I'm a Liverpool supporter.
Unlucky.
Unlucky.
Sorry.
Oh, you mank.
Come on, Papa, stick in there.
Yeah.
And a lad a couple of years ago brought out a lovely book. Andy Marsden is his name, and he collects Liverpool programmes. But he brought out this book now. It's about that thick. That's not good to your listeners. You can see it. It's fairly thick. But and it's for all the Liverpool programmes since the war. It's an amazing amazing book. About 1,000 pages in it. Lovely book. And I was looking at it. I got it myself, and I just said, wouldn't it be lovely now if somebody did a GAA version of that? And then I thought to myself, well, sure, look, you're halfway there with what you have. Yeah. Why don't you do it yourself? And it just went from there. Then the combination of those two things to get it going. That was the whole inspiration.
Do you contact? How do you get other ones? Like contact clubs, is it, or going to
the programmes? Yeah. There's a great collectors community pop out there. Believe it or not, there's 2 WhatsApp groups. You can't have anything without a WhatsApp group nowadays. So I got on to a couple of the lads in that and said, lads, look, if I was interested in doing this, would you put me on to the big collectors? You know, there's I suppose like anything, there's lads that are kind of a passing interest in it. There's lads then like myself kind of in the middle ground, and then there's the really serious lads that have the top end stuff, the stuff that goes way back. Yeah. So I said, look, give me a contact there with one of them and I'll make contact. And once I got the first lad on board, the rest of them all kind of fell on board fairly quickly, came on board and gave me a handout. So it was great. They were really, I think they were all, it was the same what what I was thinking was it'd be nice to see what a full collection looks like.
Yeah.
And they were
intrigued by it as well.
They were intrigued by it as well. You know, they wanted to see it. So they're kind of using the book now as a catalogue. You know, that they can pick out. Well, I haven't got this one, so I'm going to go and try and get that one.
Oh yeah, tick them off as they go.
Yeah, tick them off as they go.
The old Premier League sticker book.
Swaps it. Give you a swap.
USA 94, Italia 1990. Brilliant.
The old Panini ones.
Yeah. I like Panini as well, and I like stickers. So both words. Do you know when you go through the what are you having a
like a panini?
Do you know when you go through the research process for that?
Yeah.
Right? What fascinates me, John, is where does it end? So like you're going back to 1913 is the first one you said. So that's where obviously your research is starting from. So when does the research end in the sense that I have it now?
Yeah.
We can try and put words to this.
Yeah. That was a fair question, Podge. That was the thing that while the book was going on, that was my big problem, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Where do we stop?
Yeah. Or where, like, because you never know, you get to a certain point and then you say, right, I'm done now. And then some fella ring you and say, well, there's another one here, and you know, what do you do with it? You know, it's hard to know where to stop. Eventually I had to stop when I kept going to the next collector and the next collector, and then nothing new for me. Yeah. And I'd been to the archive in Croke Park, and I'd been up to the Cardinal Uffey Museum up in Armagh, because they have a huge collection of Ulster ones up there. So I knew I'd kind of eliminated most sources at a certain point in it when I wasn't turning up anything new.
Gotcha.
And of course, then I was hoping that, you know, a lot of these are in private collections, but there'll always be the odd one that's belonging to a family member or something that's away in a private house somewhere that you'll just never know about. So that was the one that was kind of catching me out. And of course, since the book came out, 2 of them have turned up that are in individual houses that, you know, I was just unlucky I couldn't get them at the time.
Yeah. Stumbled across them,
but anyway, that was just the way it went, you know. But
is it a case that you start kind of doubling up on yourself?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, oh no, I actually got that.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, I've reached that
easy
point
now,
now
isn't it?
where I'm on that circle.
Yeah, no, what I did was I set up I know I'm not great with Microsoft Excel or anything like that, so I did a kind of a written database myself. So I just put up the Munster final, Ulster final, and just ticked them off as I went. Yeah. So that when I went to the first collector, he had a huge amount of stuff for me. So I ticked all them off. I go to the second collector. I said, no, I don't need to see your full collection. I'm just looking for maybe 1921, 22, 23, whatever like that. So as I went to each collector, I was looking for a little bit less each time. So by the time I got to the last fella, there was only one program left to get. That was it. So I kind of wound my way down.
You collect programs yourself?
Yeah.
All like just Carlo, all Ireland finals, everything, or what is it?
No, I think I've All Ireland finals, provincial finals, what's in the book, and then I collect all the Carlo stuff, everything Carlo stuff. There's a great lot of Carlo stuff out there, which I think might be another local kind of a book in a year or two, you know, if I can...
Next project.
Next project, yeah. Next project, yeah.
Nice to have something, isn't it? Yeah.
But apart from that, Papa, like, you know yourself, you're interested in golf. Like, if I was at the British Open this year, get the program at that.
Yeah.
I was up at the NFL game, get the program at that. Like, you know, so if I go to, I don't necessarily collect them, but if I go to an event, I'll get them.
Yeah, it's a habit of yours.
So what I said to you outside, like the whole program thing, like, it's the question, if you're going over to watch a Premier League game, or you're going to watch the Croke Park to watch it, wherever it is you're going, it's a question. It's the last question that's asked of you.
Yeah.
Bring us back
It's
a
the
program,
most common question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Will you bring us back a program?
Yeah.
And there's something kind of, I don't know if this is the right word, but there's something kind of romantic in the fact that we're still printing programs in such a digital age.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever see a time where it's going to phase them out?
It's already there, Podge.
Is it?
It's already there. It's already there.
Miles behind.
And it's especially in England now. You go over to. I'm trying to think of a few of them off the top of my head there. I haven't got them now, but they're already gone digital only at matches, because look, there's a huge cost in printing, especially if you're a soccer club in England. You could be printing 10 or 15,000 a week, you know, and some of them aren't sold or whatever. But there is a huge cost in it, and not a lot, but several English clubs are going digital only.
Scan a QR code or whatever.
Yeah, and that's it, and it pops up on your phone then, or maybe it's in the club app or whatever. And similarly, when COVID hit here, obviously, you know, there was no attendances at the matches, so, you know, there was no need to print programs. And when there were social distancing, then the county boards popped them up on your phone or made them available on Twitter or whatever the week before, so you had the team before you went in, you know. So digital is a huge issue for the, as you said, the romantic end of things. You like to have the program in your hand.
Yeah.
Like if you're going on from 1913 over 100 plus years to 2020 whatever, right? Okay, the contents might change.
Yeah.
But it doesn't evolve. It's still a paper. It's still a program that you get, a physical program that you get in your hand.
Exactly.
And I'd hate to see it go.
Yeah, and the basic thing of it is to tell you the team, to tell you who's playing, who the referee is, what time it's at, and that's still the basic gist. As you say, it has evolved a little bit in that there's articles in it, statistics, advertisements. The advertisements are hilarious. Like you look back over the years, like adverts for boxes of fags and sweeping brushes for women and stuff like this. You know, and it's this sort of thing.
Brushes for women. My God, imagine putting that in there. That would be murder. And rightly so. We'll add that in. There was a great book years ago, actually, I just left on me, that I read called A.N. Udder. Did you ever read that book?
No, I know.
Do you know what it was a book based off programmes. Remember, you used to have the 15 and it'd always be an A.N. Udder. It was a book based off who that A.N. Udder was in that specific game.
Right.
Wow.
It's actually good. Really good read.
That's really a fantastic
good read. Great
because
idea.
I was just talking with a guy about it lately. The GAA version of that was Dinna Ella.
Okay.
They used to have an A and other was in Irish is Dinna Ella, somebody else, basically what it was, you know. So as you said, it was great because who was that person? You know, so it's an interesting one, yeah.
Talk to me about the evolution of the programme. I know we've talked about what's gone digital and all that, but in the paper format, like the first one you got your hands on compared to the latest one, what's that? Like, what's the change there? Like, I'd say it's massive.
Massive. The first ones were very small. They were designed to fit inside the overcoat pocket of a man going to a match. Like, that's where they slipped in there. Then they became an A4 sheet fold over, like the sheets you have in front of you. They just folded over, and so all was on the front of it was the two teams that were playing and the referee. Inside was the two teams, and on the back of it was an advert for the next few matches, whatever was on. That was the case with the All Ireland final programs. That was the case up until 1940s. All 1930s, they were just fold over pages basically. In the 40s, then they started getting a little bit bigger. What you call a colour cover. Wasn't really, it was kind of off-coloured green and orange sort of a colour. The 1960s then, the appointment of a guy called Brendan McLuha into Crow Park, and he was kind of in a secretarial position up there, and he had a huge interest in the programmes. So from the 1960s, the programmes are beautiful All-Ireland final programmes in the 1960s, lovely coloured covers, photographs on the inside and more pages, you know. And then I suppose in the 1980s, then you go to the full colour programme with the better material pages. That's probably why they last a bit longer. The glossy pages throughout, you know. And then I suppose up until 2018, you had 2019, you had the biggest All Ireland final programme. I think there was about 120 pages in it. Cost €7, which was mad at the time. It was gone up to €7, you know, but it was but like that's the evolution. It went from the single page fold over with just the teams to 120 page mammoths, you know.
Wouldn't you love to be in the room when the conversation is had about how can we monetize this, lads? How do we go from two teams, referee and the lineups, to sponsorship, to marketing, to like, that'd be amazing. Yeah. As you said, it's all of that sort of stuff. They copped on that they can fill it up with advertising, and especially from the 90s on when the GAA took on the massive corporate advertising with, you know, likes of banks and drinks companies and stuff like that. So they knew, as you say, how do we monetize it? Well, then you're into the first programs. What I should have said earlier, they were like newspapers. They were designed to be thrown away. They were never meant to be kept. That's the thing. Yeah. And it was only in the 70s that you got the advent of the souvenir program. Yeah. And that's another part of the evolution, Podge, where they started to get bigger. The adverts started, you know, it's a big... You wanted to use the word, sorry to go across you wanted to use the word souvenir because you had to pay for it now. Yeah, well, this is it. They can charge a little bit more for it as well, you know. Because I presume the earlier versions were Probably free, were they?
Yeah, but some of them you see now, the very early ones were a penny or you know, or an all twopence or whatever 2D, whatever is written on it, or 1D, you know, whatever was written on it. Nowadays, I think they're €8 for the All Ireland final programme, but. You know, if you go to the FA Cup final programme this year was 10 sterling, say.
Wow.
And if you go to any of the international soccer matches or rugby matches, they're all a tenner. So €8 is not too bad for the All Ireland final programme. Yeah.
Tenner a programme, my God.
Yeah, well, I used to pay. I think it used to be £5 I used to pay for them. But they're worth it though. They're worth it. Like, if you, there's some great content in them.
Oh, there is.
There's some serious standout content in them.
Yeah.
We go. Well, I used to go to a thing Papa's been called the Kennedy Cup.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah.
Right.
The underage soccer tournaments.
The programs at that are gold. We had Shane Keegan on here a few weeks ago. You get the program and you'd mark counties players. Every county's doing a player, and I must have about 20 of them at home.
Yeah.
And you'd often go back and say pick out one and see.
Is he in England?
See where did he finish up? Yeah.
So it would have been say Kelleher, Ida, Troy Parrott. Loads of players, and it's just like, this is brilliant.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like as you looking over the old Carlow programs as well to see where the lads finish up. Lads you were in school with, you know, especially in Carlow programs. But even similarly with the All Ireland programs, there you go back through the minor teams, see what lad. Followed through onto the senior team or things like that. But like what you're saying now, really interesting, the Kennedy Cup programs. I didn't know they had programs for those. But it's amazing if you played in it. Like, isn't it a great thing to have to look back and say that was
played with him or whatever it is.
Used to give every player used to get one. That was Dakar Nolan's thing. Every player gets a program.
Yeah, because I can't think of your man now. He escapes me. He's the Irish forward there. He used to play with Brighton, but a couple of lads from Carlow played against
Ferguson.
Evan Ferguson. Played with him a couple of years ago in the. I think one of the lads up in one of the McCarrans from Iraq. Yeah, played against him in Kennedy Cup a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Adam Martin.
Yeah.
Adam and Kyle Foley.
So that's amazing. Like, it's great to open up and see your photograph there beside Evan Ferguson or whatever.
In Roma now, is he?
He's going well. Any standout segments in them?
I suppose what I like looking at is the player profiles. That's the thing I go for straight away. You know, they used to be better in that they'd give you kind of what the lads had won or what they'd achieved on their way up along. You know, they'd often put in he won an under 14 county medal or an under 16 county medal. I used to love reading them things and just having to flick back through the stats. I love the stats as well. Like, you know, there's one of the great statisticians of the GAA is Leo McGough here in Canada.
For sure.
And like. A lot of those programs will go to Leo looking for the stats for the program.
He's very well respected in all GAA circles.
Very well respected.
Like
very
way
well
outside of Carlow.
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of journalists use him now for fact checking and stuff like that before they go to absolutely.
I've heard that.
Nice man, isn't he?
Great man, lovely man. Yeah, very helpful to me now in the making of the book as well.
Was he? Imagine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I used to love looking at programs? You used to give what they worked at. Just give their job, right? Just give a profession.
Yeah.
And say you see someone 37, profession student. Yeah. Like they wouldn't put down unemployed.
No.
It wasn't happening.
Yeah.
I used to think, come on, lads. Yeah. 37 student, come on.
He's a bum.
All right, Van Wilder. Yeah. You know, like these any kind of little quirks or standouts that you're saying here, like something that's really, say, right wing or just like in the earlier days, I said it must have been crazy stuff on
there was a great story about Oogie Williamson. You remember God be good to him? Oogie was about 5'2" or he was played for Pal in the 1986 county final. I remember you used to have to put in your they used to ask you for your height and your weight, like, and sure. I think you were saying Oogie wanted to put in 6'2" and 20 stone, like, you know, right in the daylight. So that he was marking, you know, sure, you'd have all sorts of bits and pieces like that, you know, that lads, as you said, the students saw as well, like, you know, sure, you have the lads now that are playing college hurling or football or students for 10 or 15 years.
Remember the Carlow people used to do it. There was a question with the Dada Nolan. Questions about Dada. Who would you like to meet down the Dark Alley? TJ, the credit union. What's your favourite dessert? My wife Carmel. I was laughing reading it. There was 6 or 7 bullet questions on it.
If you can get a lad to
actually tugged out. I mentioned it before on one of the podcasts. We used to tug out in Oogie Williamson's sitting room.
Go away.
In the Platts, we play for Hanover Arts.
Good.
No dressing rooms.
But he was a great old character.
Great character.
Yeah.
Really good footballer too, wasn't he?
He was. He was a great bit of stuff.
Fair
Yeah,
nippy,
he was,
like.
yeah, he
Referee
was.
as well for a long time, wasn't
Yeah, he was. He refereed, and
Did he referee? Yeah.
yeah. And he was hardy. Like as I said, he was small, but you wouldn't want to run into him. You
No,
know?
no.
Any standouts for you?
I suppose. Look, the big standout for me was I got my hands a couple of years ago on the 1947 All Ireland program. The one that was played in New York. It's the Polo Grounds final, and it's the only All Ireland final that's ever been played outside of
Cavan and Kerry.
Cavan and Kerry. Come on, Podge. There you have it. And the
Google Master Harvey Zabin.
it's a rare program, you know. It's because it was printed in New York, and there were all the programs then were only sold at the match. And nowadays you can get a program online or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But, so the program was at the match. Some lad had it and brought it back to Ireland, and then survived for 80 years. And I got my hands on it a couple of years ago. So that was a lovely one. And there's apart from the other programs in the 1940s, it's completely different. But there's a lovely smell of it. And I won't say lovely. It's a kind of a musty smell of old. You know. It's just a great old program to have. I was delighted to get my hands on that. So that was one of the standout things.
What was the story in that final been in New York? What was the story behind that?
Yeah, no, I was reading into this a little bit lately, and I think there was a bit of a problem with the way the GAA was going in New York, and they were anxious to give it a bit of a boost. There was a guy there called, I think John Kerry O'Donnell was his name. He had the lease on the grounds in New York, and he was trying to give it a bit of a boost. And then 1947 coincided with 100 years anniversary of the worst year of the famine. So they thought it'd be a nice thing to do for the Irish people in America, I think. So I think there was a combination of those two things that brought it over there. And
it was a big success story.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, sure. It's still a very famous kind of game in the history of the GAA that came. And you know, Micheál O'Hare had to book time on the wireless.
Yeah.
And the match started late, so he ran out of time at the far end of it, and he was begging the people in America to give him extra time to stay on the line. And
Jesus,
you know.
That's celebrated a lot. Did they had like an anniversary game there a while back? Didn't
they did. I think it was about 10 years after 1997. Cavan played Kerry again. It was a National League game, and they brought them over to play
in New York.
Sorry, not 10 years later, about 50 years later.
Yeah,
they brought them over to play another game in the National League. Yeah, so it has been a great success.
What's your understanding of history then when you're doing this kind of thing? Like, is it delicate?
I suppose a couple of things about the history of it, Podge, was that, you know, when you go back 1913, the state of the country was starting to change.
That's
you know?
what I'm saying, yeah.
And you get to 1916 and the programmes stop. You have All Ireland finals for 1913, 1914, 1915, none for 1916. What happened in 1916, which we all know what happened. And then there's no programmes then until there's maybe one in 1922 and one in 1924, but between 1915 and 1926 there's no All-Ireland programmes. And you think to yourself, the first thing is you had the War of Independence in the 20s, and then you had the Civil War, and a lot of the people that would have been playing in matches possibly also involved in the troubles, you know, or the fighting, you know, and the last thing they want to be doing is going out onto a football pitch with a number on their back.
Yeah.
And lads pointing them out and saying, there he is, he's number 5. And, you know, so you see that end of the history of it is then you have the social history of it, like, you know, the adverts in it. What was Ireland
never
like?
Think of it like that, would you?
You know,
never.
Adverts for cars, adverts. What did they look like back then? And you know, even in the 1913 or 1914 program, there's an advert for volunteers' uniforms. You know, where you can buy your volunteer uniform. Then, of course, there's the personal history of family members or local people that played in the matches as well. Like, you know, so there's huge history wrapped up in it. That's as you said, that's the poignant thing for me in it. You know, is the history in them. You know, and that's a huge part of the reason for doing the book as well.
And I think it's fair to say you have to have a very deep respect for history when you're doing this. Like, if you didn't have that approach or application, you're getting all them programs, you're whacking them in a book, you're sending off to publications, let's get this out. But the fact, I think you need a deep understanding of history. You mentioned 1916, the break, like the point you mentioned there, Papa spoke on people with numbers on the back of their jersey, didn't want to point it out. Like, for something that's so simple, match program, it holds so much weight in the history
of value in it, isn't there?
Correct, in the history of this country.
Yeah. And I think that, like, going into it, you know, it from my background is obviously I'm a teacher and very much interested in history. And you call out there, did a brilliant MA course in just around the corner here in Carlow College. I really enjoyed that, and that was what you gave me the confidence to go ahead and do this, because I knew that the history would be a big part of it. You can look at it as a sports book, but I look at it kind of a sports history book. And as along with the sports history, as I said, you have the social history, you have the political history of the country at the time as well. You know,
there's a television program in that.
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
that's the second time it's been said to me now, and I think it's some possibly TG Carr or something like that put together.
100%. Yeah. If you are looking for presenters, me and Papa do the freelance work.
He's always throwing a rabbit out there.
No, but honestly, I think that, like, maybe a little 6-parter just going on, because, you know, pause the history, right? Just pause the history. Look at the evolution of media.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The first thing you're saying, would it be watched? 100% be watched.
Yeah. I'd watch it.
Yeah.
On RT or TG or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And anybody that follows GAA or is interested in GAA, which most of the country is, would follow that.
And even as you say, like, from the way they evolved as regards photography, as regards printing, as regards the type of paper involved, as regards all this sort of stuff. Like, it's there's a lot in it, all right, that you could come at it from a few different angles. Yeah.
Guinness is good for you. For the first 40
so
years.
Paninis.
Guinness and Sweet Afton are good for you.
Sweet Afton. You'll end up with yellow fingers.
Get players. You won't get cancer. What's any other projects? Anything popping up for you?
No, not at. I kind of have one in mind, but it'll depend, I suppose, on how the book goes.
You willing to share it?
Not for the minute, no.
Get out.
We'll get him back for that one.
But definitely, just for the female listeners, like that, I didn't include for space purposes the LGFA or the Camogie in it, but there probably is another project. If it was, you know, if the book went well, there probably is one to be done for that as well. You know, the ladies GAA sports.
Yeah.
Gone massive too, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's after taking off like wildfire in the last couple of years, especially, you know.
Even Benny Carrington Riley winning last year. That was fantastic.
One of the best days I had in Crow Park for a long time, to see a Carlow team go to Crow Park and play that well.
Yeah.
You know, dominate a match and winning All Ireland was absolutely brilliant.
That flick through was brilliant, wasn't it, Podge?
Yeah, that's like, I'm just going to go to a random page. Okay, there we are, boom. 3P, Cork versus Kerry. What year? 2007, am I joking? 1971.
3P.
And you have the results. That's brilliant. Where can we find it, John?
It's any of the bookshops. Eason's Book Station have it in Carlow Town here, but it's most bookshops throughout the country should have it, you know.
It's an absolute cracker. That is an absolute cracker. The GAA Covered, how much is it?
It's between 25 and 27, depending on where you get it.
Budget coming up. Can't afford my job.
Christmas presents, lads.
It is,
Christmas presents. You get one, and then if you buy one for each other, maybe.
We get a sign, John.
You've no any other GAA initiatives you're so excited about coming up, or anything like that, or talk about refereeing.
Well, I was for the last couple of years. I was involved with Paul O'Dwyer, the referee. I was an umpire for him.
All right, okay.
And
Paul, he's an excellent referee, isn't he?
Good referee, Podge. Yeah, in fairness to him, very good. And it was myself, Jerry O'Neill, Gaiter, you know, Gaiter.
Yeah,
Jerry,
council,
yeah. Jerry works in the council. Yeah, he's retired now, but Jerry, and Paul Tracy and Tommy Fitzharris, the four of us, we travelled the country with Paul.
Sean's son.
Yeah. Myself and Paul were at one end, and Tommy Fitzharris and Jerry at the other end, and we did Munster finals and All Ireland semi-finals. Yeah, we got a great old.
He got a lot of big games, didn't he?
A lot of big games.
Has he stopped refereeing now?
There's a mandatory retirement at the age of 50, Papa. I shouldn't be calling out that he's 50 live.
Is there?
Yeah, for intercounty refs, yeah. At club, we still go at club, you know, but for intercounty.
I was going to say Pat Moran's very fresh 50, isn't it? Still going.
And the rest of it.
Yeah. We're moving on with quick fire questions, right?
Okay.
Quick fire questions brought to you by Sneaky Sessions, the Carlow legends making noise all over Europe. From events to DJing to producing bangers, to do it all with serious vibes. Check them out on Instagram at Sneaky Sessions. Papa.
These are very good. I love this section. We'll fire these at you, John.
Right, Papa, go ahead.
Best GAA player of all time?
The best GAA player of all time?
I think it's David Clifford.
Is your name John Kelly?
Sorry, sorry, John.
Jack O'Shea, Kerry.
Be Jazz now. Yeah, Jack O'Shea. Do you like Clifford's good, does he?
Clifford's brilliant. He will be when he's finished.
Do you
Will
think?
he?
Yeah, he'll be. But one of the first matches went to was one of the Dublin Kerry All-Irelands in the 70s. Jack O'Shea and Brian Mullins. Doesn't get any better than that.
No.
Yeah.
He trained the Blues, did he?
Jesus Christ.
Brian Mullins.
Don't know, did he?
No.
I don't think he did.
Someone was there anyway. Anyway, favourite All-Ireland programme cover?
Favourite All-Ireland programme. Sorry, no, I'm repeating the questions you said.
No, take your time. The only quick fire bite.
I'll go with the 47 one again.
The one in America?
Yeah, the one in America.
Yeah.
I like that one. It's very plain, but I just like it. That's
Because of its rarity.
Yeah, it's rarity. Yeah.
What's
that's
rare
my
is
favourite
wonderful,
one,
right?
yeah.
What's rare is wonderful. Most surprising thing you discovered while researching the GAA Covered?
I think I think we probably touched it on it earlier, Papa, is the way the programmes disappeared from 1916 onwards. I hadn't realised that. When I started off the project, I didn't realise that there was going to be such a drop off there. That was a big surprise to me, and it said a lot about the times that was in Ireland at the time.
How did you get around that? Was that a mental block? How did you get around that? Because I'm sure, there's a curiosity. You're thinking, well, something must have happened between this time period.
Yeah. There has to be something there.
No one just pressed pause here. The life was still going on. I know there was troubles in that, but
I think the bloody Sunday match, that was a huge thing to me there. You can still find tickets for that match available in some of these auctions and things like that, but there was no programme for it again either. So I think when Michael Foley, the journalist with the Sunday Times, he brought out a great book about that bloody Sunday a couple of years ago, and when you realise, it was there, it's in the past, and something terrible happened in Croke Park, but when you read about it, people were shot, children were shot going to a match in Croke Park, and then you realise, well, look, there was probably more important things going on in the country at the time than
sport.
Than sport, exactly, yeah.
Remember the Michael Collins film, sure? Rooster kicks the ball over the tank.
Yeah.
And then you roar from the crowd next and it opens up. And Jesus Christ.
It's amazing, yeah. It's amazing when you look at that, when you see
look
it
at it like that.
When you see it in film like that, it brings it home.
It does, yeah.
It definitely does.
Favourite GAA memory?
Favourite GAA memory? I think I'm going to go with 2006 when Palatine won the county final for the first time in over 50 years.
Go away.
Was it 50 years that it won it then?
Yeah, 54 years. We won it in 1952, and then we were on the team in 2006 when we won it. I had broken my leg earlier in the year, so I missed playing in the match myself, but it was sub-goalie on the day. But it was just a great outpouring of...
Who's in the goal?
Tom Nolan.
Tom, yeah.
Nolan.
Why is that moment a standout?
I think because we'd given over so much of our lives trying to win the bloody thing, that it just, when we did get it...
Were you beaten in many finals?
I played in 4 and didn't win any. I played 1997 when we famously came home from Saudi Arabia and didn't start the match, but O'Loughlin beat us, and then the Blues beat us in 2001. Rathvilly beat us in 2002 after a replay, and it was just
heartbreak,
yeah.
So it is heartbreak, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's
when it means that much to you.
It's the worst feeling, when you get to the biggest day of the year and you lose, and then you have to wait and go through it all the following year.
Yeah.
But when we got over the line in 2000,
and it sinks in a couple of days after.
Yeah.
Like after the match, you're deflated, but you get a few pints and you're, we're deadly, we're strong, we're together, we'll do it again next year. But then you're like, the Wednesday or Thursday, oh man.
I find with them moments, Papa, it's only yourself can pick you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I famously only ever won one thing, and that was the league just gone with Pats as a coach, and I've lost loads of finals, whatever, but
loads.
I genuinely think during them times for me that the only thing that recovered me was myself, because it doesn't matter what anyone else's voice means nothing to you because you're just suffering so much.
Yeah. And it's like a mourning period. You have to let it
100%.
The period
but you're saying one thing to another, to one lad who's asking you, what way are you? I'm grand. But you're not.
You're not, no.
It's like the devil inside you going, you're not, come into yourself.
Yeah.
You're not.
That inside you doing that to your man, though.
Yeah. Most memorable match you officiated?
Yeah, I would say the Munster final. I'm trying to think of the year now. 2019, the Munster final. It was one of the first big games Paul got. To be, when you're growing up, you're watching these Munster finals on telly, and
big day out, right?
Big day out.
Day out.
Yeah. No,
physical games too, aren't they? The Munster ones.
Yeah, and they're like, when you're standing down at pitch side and them, and you see the level of the hits and things like that, it's just different level. Like, you know, you see
Yeah.
these people are actually elite sportsmen. And
They
women,
are, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that the skill level that they have in hurling, and you know, it was amazing. For me,
But when you are pitch side, it's totally different.
it's totally different.
I brought
yeah,
my son.
yeah.
I went to one rugby match in my life.
Yeah.
Leinster against Montpellier. My good God, how they're alive after. Like the noise of the belts.
Yeah, you can hear the noise. You can hear the
Bones,
bells.
yeah, cracking. And then looking at Devin Turner and he's like a lamppost walking around. 15 years or something.
Yeah.
Why? But it's in real life moment. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I think
Who was in that final?
Tipperary and Limerick. It's the great Limerick team, and
Yeah.
and a lot of the lads actually won for Tipperary this year. Were playing as well. You know,
It's kind of the birth of the great Limerick team, isn't it?
Yeah.
The kind of where they've reached.
Yeah, they were. I think. Yeah, they got across the line maybe 2018. I think.
Yeah.
But it was they were. Yeah, there was just it was the start of their fair.
I remember being told years ago by people that the Munster hurling is the second. Oh, it used to be described to me, the second biggest game of hurling in the year.
Yeah.
Munster final. First being the All Ireland.
First being the All Ireland.
Second was Munster final. Munster final day, big event.
And if you talk to people in Munster, they'd probably say it's the biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably would, yeah. Penn was in the All Ireland final.
The Munster All Ireland, yeah.
Early riser or night owl?
Oh, I'm a night owl.
Are you?
I could have guessed that.
Night owl. I'll stay up until the middle of the night watching and reading, you know.
Yeah.
But no, night owl definitely, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Biggest inspiration in your life?
Biggest inspiration, really. My parents, definitely. My parents. And, you know, for the book like this, it was them got me going to matches early on and gave me everything that I had needed to get going in life, good education, and made sure I did it. And, no, I'd definitely say I wouldn't single out one over the other, but definitely my parents, yeah.
It's, to have them foundations to allow you to go be creative and be is a big thing,
and
right?
to be encouraged, you know,
Yeah.
not to be kept back or put down or whatever like that. To be encouraged to go and do whatever you want to do, like it's
massive.
It's great, yeah. You know, it provided a great help, great foundation.
Nice feeling to have, though, no matter what.
Yeah,
They have your back.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
And
That if it does fail, it's okay.
Yeah.
You tried it.
Yeah.
Well done.
give it another go, you know.
Yeah,
And
try something else.
I have to say now I'm coming up on 55 shortly, but my parents are still alive, which is a great thing to be able
brilliant.
to, you know, to be able to go on. They're very proud of this book as well, you know, which is a great thing for me.
Good, yeah.
Even when I'm this age, you know, to see that your parents are still proud of you, you know.
I was thinking he's gone quite in the golf course. I haven't seen him in a while.
Couldn't keep up with you. That's the problem.
Book or newspaper?
I can't answer that, Papa. Both of them. I've bought.
You re-bought him?
I've re-bought them, yeah. Yeah.
Sunday Independent.
What's your book? What kind of book are you reading? If it's not sports, is it crime or?
Yeah, history, a lot of history.
Yeah.
Love the Jack Reacher books now for a bit of light entertainment.
Yeah.
What have I got on the go at the minute? Oh, I'll tell you a great book I just finished at the minute. David Peace is a great book. He wrote a brilliant book about Liverpool. And he's just finished a book last year about Man United, about the 1958 air crash.
Munich.
It's called Munich's. It's a brilliant book.
Jeez, that'd be worth
Brilliant
to read,
book.
yeah.
Now for any soccer fan, but if you're a Man United fan, you love it. But for any soccer supporter, fantastic book. I mentioned some of the Irish lads that were over there at the time, Shea Brennan, Liam Whelan, all these lads. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant book.
Very good.
Can I change that question?
Go ahead.
Kindle or paper?
Oh, no, there's only paper for me.
Yeah.
One of the
I know
old
a lot of people like that. They don't like the Kindles. They
Yeah.
need the book.
Yeah. No, if I can't, I have to have it in my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old school.
Old school, yeah.
Dream GAA match to attend live.
You going back to New York?
If you had a time machine, what'd be great? I'll tell you what'd be great would be if you could get the Kerry team from the 1970s to play the Dublin team from the 2010s.
Oh, yeah.
If you could get you want a bit of a time machine for that, like the Kerry 4 in a row team from 1978 to 1980 to
Mikko's team.
Mikko's team,
Yeah.
Mikko's Kerry team against Jim Gavin's Dublin team. I'd love to if I could organise that match.
It used to be cracker.
That's the right answer, isn't it?
That'd be a cracker.
Last one for you. Favourite pastime outside GAA?
The golf, Papa.
Yeah.
Golf, yeah.
Handicap you?
Yeah, 10. It was off 10 yesterday. 9.7, whatever that is, 10. So, no, any given day, it could be the handicap could be anything from 26 to.
Terrible, isn't it? Yeah. I know. He picked up a few prizes.
Is any good, Pop?
Yeah. He in the winner's circle a few times. He was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was. The last couple of years.
Last couple of years, wasn't
Last
it?
couple of years. Yeah. Got a monthly medal last year.
Monthly medal, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Only one
And,
left now. This one, Sunday.
What else did I get? The PGA Tanker the year before that as well. So it only took me 20. I'm a slow learner, Papa. It got me about 20 years to win
I
something.
wouldn't say you can run the river in a bucket now.
So does that mean any money about 15 years away from any good?
You keep going, Podge. It's your anger issue you have.
That's all our questions from us for now. I want to give a shout out to our website. Go and take a look at the www.howwashe.ie. You'll find the back catalogue of all the previous episodes. And our fantastic 5 score predictor is going to be open on Thursday. Entry is free. If you predict 5 correct results, you will win €500. Terms and conditions apply. You will see the games that we picked on our bonus episode, which is out Friday. It's that time, Papa. I don't know if she's outside. She was away on holidays. It's that time. We're
Just
having
have a
her
little dig at
microphone
Shannon
and
all
the
the time.
chaos
Just terrible, man.
tour.
Poor old
Our
Shannon.
very own Shannon. She's got a question, a topic that we've no clue about. She should be entering there fairly soon. There she is. The handle is down. Shannon's Curveball is brought to you by Brew.ie. Go to the website, design, marketing, content creation. Craig is based in Carlow too. And he's actually over our website and he's put in that fantastic 5. So go check him out.
Shannon, someday he'll just say, welcome, Shannon.
Brew.
I know.
But I'd be surprised if he does that.
I'd
be shocked, actually.
Papa, this is a sponsor segment. This is
Sorry about that.
this is actually
Yeah, the principal is over
the
there now.
important part. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I want principal in this room, man.
Are you okay?
Brew.ie has 3 W's.
Welcome,
welcome,
Shannon.
Welcome, Shannon.
Thanks, Podge.
Welcome home.
I know.
How was your holiday?
Unreal. Not a drop of rain. It was stunning.
What was the temp?
After all the crying
After
over the
all
rain.
the whinging, not a drop of
Will-
rain.
Will that
was
give you a
non-stop,
life
wasn't it?
lesson going forward not to escalate things to a level that you can't? Do you know what I mean?
No. I'll still escalate.
Right.
Would it be me if it wasn't dramatic?
I don't know you that well. Thank God.
That was mean. That was the most hurtful
I'm
thing you've ever
joking. I'm
said.
joking. I'm joking. Great time for you. This is all in jest.
What was I say to you? It was, I think, 25, 26. Scorching. Yeah. It was
Ideal.
unreal.
Yeah.
So nice. Anyway.
Would you go back?
Yeah. But no.
Yeah, with a wince. What's that?
Because we did the dog on it the first night. Absolutely right at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then the rest of the holiday, it was hungover central. So
I'm going to Ibiza next week and next Thursday for a 40 with loads of people. And I spoke to someone today and they said to me, Podge, we're actually only going for 2 nights. I said, why? There is no way we'll be able to do 4 anymore.
yeah.
They're 2 and done, they're out.
Yeah, on a
Yeah.
weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
We met a couple. We
have a go
met a
at
couple
that.
when we were out.
I'll give it a go.
That's why we were out so late. We met a couple when we were out, and it was their last night. And they were like, "Thank God." We met them for breakfast the next morning. They said, "Thank God it was our last night because we couldn't do a week of that with G." I was like, "Fair enough." They were
Anything to
delighted.
declare? Yes, my liver.
Oh, what's
It's
left of
ringing.
it?
Squeezing it out there, so yeah.
Right, are we ready
Yeah.
for a question?
Don't wait for you, my job.
Apologies,
Let's roll
right.
the dice.
It is all very history based today with yourself, John.
Brilliant.
So I said I go history based. Actually, Ash helped me out on this one. I'll give producer Ash some credit on this one, okay? If you could go back in time, what GAA or soccer match would you like to be pitch side in? Any of them. Like a big one. You can go way back when they were playing with the long sleeves, like way back then.
You still play with long sleeves?
Oh, not like the pictures in that book. They don't.
No. What a question that is. Is it any sporting event?
Soccer. Well, okay, if you want, I'll expand it to any sporting event then.
I think when what was the name of that Irish runner that won the was a massive moment in Irish sporting history?
Ronnie Delaney.
Ronnie
Ronnie
Delaney.
Delaney.
What did he win? The
1500 metres in Melbourne.
What year are we
in
talking there?
1956.
Was he the first one, John?
yeah.
1956.
I think-
I think he was the
First Irish one? Yeah.
could have been the first Irish track gold medal, I'd say. I'm not
Yeah.
sure now.
I'd love to go back to a moment like that. Like say Michelle Smith winning the 3 golds in Sydney or Atlanta. Like that moment where like just people at home crying because they'd never seen the tricolour been raised at the Olympics before.
Yeah.
I think something like that now I'd love to go back to. If that makes sense.
Yes. What about you, Pop?
See, put a bit of emotion behind it.
That was good, yeah.
I'd love to be at the
Muhammad
He's going to say
No,
Muhammad
no,
Ali
no,
again.
no,
I was
no.
like, come here now.
sitting behind the dugout when England played Argentina and Maradona scored a hand of God.
Oh,
I'd be laughing my head off. I'd be like, he handed it into the net. He got caught. I'd be laughing my head off. So.
brilliant.
Yeah, because we got cheated then with Thierry Henry with the handball in France, and that was a sickener. I remember feeling like that. I was like, imagine being Peter Shilton, I think was in the goal, was he? I think it was Shilton.
Yeah.
For the Maradona one.
Yeah. Wasn't it Peter Shilton?
In all fairness, like,
And I'm
what
going, how?
size? Sorry, Pop. What size is Maradona?
He's 5'1" or 2 or something.
Like, how could Shilton
Tiny.
not catch that over his head? Like,
Yeah.
honestly,
I was blatant.
come out and get it.
Yeah, I'd be laughing
He
my head off.
deserved to score.
I'd be drawing pictures of hands and everything in the back of the dugout, laughing at them. So yeah, that's right.
That's where you're going.
Yeah.
Development is in him. You wouldn't expect
Yeah,
that.
That,
Yeah.
do you know what it is? The scale here is so fantastic, right? his snippet last week with Muhammad Ali is probably the most viewed video we've had in the last 2 weeks, right? It was an unbelievable moment. Then he comes back, puts on his school uniform, starts acting like a child again. Talks so handball.
And I'll tell you a
You're
better
on a
one.
roll, man.
I'll tell you a better one. I was talking to a lad yesterday. I won't tell you his name. And he said to me, "Man, I love your podcast." And I said, "Sounds, yeah." But Muhammad Ali, you can nearly crying over talking about Muhammad Ali.
Go ahead.
Middle of Tulla Street, recites a poem for me
Go away.
about Muhammad Ali, word for word. About 4 minutes I was standing there. I go, what? This is nuts. He was like nearly crying over Muhammad Ali. Just thanks so much for mentioning him. And I said, yeah, sir, he's the most iconic man, I think, in my opinion, that ever lived.
Yeah.
But to be the biggest mouth to end up that couldn't speak,
Yeah.
which is so ironic. Like.
Yeah.
But that was
You have a
well
fair...
viewed, was it, Podge?
Yeah, well
Used to
viewed,
be call him an influencer now, will we?
We 10 looking at it.
Yeah.
John, you can trump all of us here because you have a book of history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, like to know. If you say New York again, you're getting kicked out.
Yeah, and I said I bored you to death with that one already. So what I'm going to say is I was just watching it last night. Actually, was did you see the program about Cascarino? And I'd love to be pitch side in Genoa with the penalty shootout in 1990
yes.
Against Romania.
against Romania.
Wow,
I'd love
what a
to-
show.
Yeah, I was out of the country for that, so I missed the whole Italia 90 thing. I was working abroad, and we watched that in a nightclub in Kenya. Believe it or not, we hired out a nightclub for the day. And
Kenya's a great spot.
for €2 or £2, we hired out a nightclub for the day and to put it on the telly. It was the only telly in the village we were in, and when we had it open, the whole village came in and watched it anyway.
Go away.
But I'd love to be pitch side for that, just to see the
Kenya sounds a better place.
What
to
part,
be
of
for
Kenya,
that.
what part of Kenya were you in?
a place called Bungoma, which is eastern province of.
Were you
of
celebrating with the Maasai?
we probably were.
Yeah, Maasai Mara is a tribe over that way. Sure.
Yeah, probably were. Yeah.
On Cascarino,
Yeah.
like books. Do you read Cascarino's book?
I did. Yeah,
That's my favourite book of all
yeah,
time.
it's a great book. Brilliant.
Is
book.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cascarino's book is absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, he was reading bits out of it last night as the program was going along. If you get a chance to have a look at it,
I must.
It was a brilliant program now last night about his life in general.
Yeah.
But, but it was
Not Speed of Irish in him.
yeah. And when he took the penalty in Genoa, he took a sod of turf with it as well. He nearly hit the goalie in
That's
the with a sod
right,
of turf. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
There's an iconic picture of, if you remember, Jack Charlton
yeah,
looking away from the penalties and just his hand
Oh,
in his mouth
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And he's nearly crying listening to the Irish
Yeah.
people singing the song.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's stick in your mind forever.
Yeah,
So
real iconic moment in Irish sport.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think of that. Shannon, what's your... Sorry, let's make it specific to you.
Okay.
What's your
Holiday
highlight? What's your highlight in shellac nails?
Oh, I'm
Let's make it
telling you.
specific to you.
I'm very impressed that you even knew
What
what
a question
shellac
that is.
What grade
my
of
shellac.
Sally Hansen suits your tone?
were. Great question, Podge. No, I'll go sporting, right?
Yeah.
That's all.
Fishmania 2004. It was brilliant.
Let's go back to bowls.
I watch balls.
Because I'm not a massive soccer fan, right? Not a massive GAA fan, but something I do love is the MMA and the boxing.
Wow.
I love Katie Taylor. I think she's deadly.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I'd love to go back to like one of her first big ones and be there. I'd love
Gold
to be.
medal?
I'd love to be ringside for Katie Taylor.
Loudest moment in London's Olympics.
Yeah.
Loudest recorded decibels was in Katie Taylor.
Oh, I'd love to be
it?
ringside.
Once, yeah.
I don't care what she's doing. She get up and do a jig in the ring, but I'd love to be ringside
Yeah.
for Katie Taylor.
I actually personally think Katie Taylor is probably the greatest Irish sports person of all time,
She is brilliant.
in my opinion. I think she's absolutely unbelievable. The longevity she had in the amateur game, the second Olympics where she was clearly robbed, and then goes on to do what she does in the professional game so late in her life.
she deserves the big fight in Ireland, doesn't she?
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
don't think she's going to get
I
it.
don't think she's going to get it though. Eddie Hearn's doing his best for her, but it's just not happening.
He couldn't have a better promoter behind
No.
her, Bob.
It's just not happening.
Plus, she's a trailblazer in that sport. You know, like
Absolutely.
before her, what was women's boxing? Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What I find disappointing about it is that they put music events on in Croke Park, but they won't give it to the Irish, one of the best individual Irish sports people of all time, and give her a sending off.
Yeah.
And I have no doubt she'd win her fight, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's not really fair.
No.
Like if they said it's GAA only, fine, but don't put music events on it.
Don't put the
And
NFL on it.
Yeah, and can't give Katie Taylor a big day in her home country, which she really does deserve.
Yeah.
Even the Aviva. Even,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
even give her the Aviva.
Yeah.
Could you imagine tickets for that though? Absolute
God.
gold.
I just love her to get that big stadium fight.
Oh, it'd be unreal, wouldn't it? Any Katie Taylor event.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to be
But I
on
will
any of
say the
them.
next one, no, I'm definitely going to try and get this Ryder Cup here in 2 years' time.
Oh, after Podge Popa talking about it.
I loved Ryder Cup, I always
Do
did.
you? But was he not talking about it recently and you were like,
Yeah, it was on last week.
He's too fast.
So,
oh,
oh, my toe fest.
Ryder Cup. Then you run about the fucking World Cup.
I prefer the World Cup, yeah.
You go to the World Cup then. It's in America next year.
Don't fancy going to the States. I was there last year. Ryder Cup is in Ireland.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You always say that when you're trying to get tickets.
Oh, I'll have tickets.
Podge, your connections. Do you have tickets, Podge?
Yeah,
do you want for Podge?
Shannon, thanks very much. That was an absolutely super question.
Brilliant, yeah.
You're getting better. Well done.
What is it about 10 this week, Podge?
You must be media trendy. You work on radio or something. You're actually
No,
really good
I'm
in
quite
the
new to it
microphone.
all, yeah.
Is she in 8 this week, Podge?
She's 9 this week.
9 this week.
9 this week.
One up, Shannon.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 this. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, you're 7. I had to go get that review. Sorry. You're 7.
What's a
I'm only
VAR? Is
joking.
that what it is?
Yeah, SAR. That's it for this week. Thanks very much to our sponsor, Carl Estimating. For all your construction, tender and needs, check them out, carlestimating.ie and all their social. John, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks, lads. Lovely to be on.
Absolutely
Thanks,
brilliant.
Great to be
Projecting
here.
a bit of history and culture into the podcast is brilliant, and I just love the story behind it, and I could talk to you all day as well on the history and the insight and in behind it. Go and get the book, lads. You heard where it is. All reputable booksellers online and in shops. Use Podge Popa for discount code. My job. We haven't got one, but wishing you every future success, your next projects, following projects, and we can want to promote it for you.
Thanks a million, Podge.
Just
Really
let us
appreciate
know.
that. Thanks.
Come up.
Look, I haven't got a bad word to say about that man. Unfortunately, he didn't get onto the golf course with me yet, but we'll fix that, John.
Yeah, we'll organise that
definitely.
next year.
I've played with Scott a few times. The brother is a good lad too, and I don't buy many books, but I'm going to buy that one just to support the cause. Yeah,
Skocks.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
I did not know that.
yeah.
Jesus, he's one of the greatest footballers Carl ever produced.
Yeah, but we won't talk about it now, though, Podge, will we?
We haven't got time. We just run out of time.
And that's it over this
for the second part.
Nah, he was Podge, a great footballer for
Very
Carlo
good,
and for Pal.
Yeah, very good,
And,
yeah.
and a great friend as well as a great brother, yeah.
Well, that makes sense as to why 06 is so important then.
Yeah. Well, he was Scott was on the team that day as well, you know, and my other brother Mark, three of us were around that time as well, like, you know, so it was great to share as a family connection there, you know.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this episode. What an episode. What a book. Go out and buy it. If you like it, smash that like button. That's something I never thought I'd say. Smash that like button. My God, I said it twice.
Say it twice. Go third
Follow
time.
and share. Smash that like button. Follow and share buttons also. Like the Oh You Fucking Money. We're on every single podcast, the podcast platform, every social media and app. Our website is www.howishe.ie. Don't like it. Follow us anyway. Miracles happen. The next one might be a masterpiece. And as always, it's not my podcast.
Not my podcast.
It's Carlo's podcast. Good luck and God bless.
Brilliant.
That's full time on this week's episode of the How Is He podcast. Available on all podcasting platforms. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter/X. Proudly sponsored by Amplify. Got a story to tell? A voice that needs to be heard? Get in touch with us here in Amplify, Carlow Town's professional home for podcasters of all kinds. We can be found on Instagram at Amplify Podcast Studio. Amplify, power up your podcast.